Alright, so we're just going to go over some of these questions on the multiplying fractions module test study guide. Alright, the first section I sent home says multiply or divide. Big focus on the math this unit is, do the students recognize fractions as division? So that's why you can multiply or divide. We solve most of these through multiplication. The biggest thing is the word of, and I'm sorry because I'm trying to tape and do this at the same time. Of means to multiply. Rule number one for multiplying fractions is you want both numbers to be a fraction, so we put 8 over 1 to make it a fraction. And you could do this one of two ways. You can multiply straight across, 8 over 1. So 1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. Oh, sorry, got out of frame. And 8 divided by 2, because a fraction means division, will give you an answer of 4. Alright. You have another example on that page. It says 2/5 of 30. Alright, in this case I already turned of to multiply. Alright, want to put 30 over 1 to make it a fraction. I taught the kids how to cross cancel. Cross canceling, basically I'm looking diagonal at diagonal numbers and seeing if I could take out or divide by the greatest common factor. In this case, 1 and 2 do not share any factors outside of 1, so I can't cross cancel anything there. 5 and 30 do share factors. The greatest common factor is 5. One thing I tell the students to ask themselves is, can 5 fit into 30? If 5 fits into 30, you know that 5 is the greatest common factor. So you divide both numbers by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 30 divided by 5 is 6. Alright, and I apologize, I'm trying to film and do the math at the same time. Now you just multiply straight across. 2 times 6 would be 12. Alright, in this case, 1 times 1 is now 1. So 2/5 of 30 would be 12 over 1, which 12 divided by 1 is 12. Alright, so those are some examples from the first page of the study guide. Alright, now look at the middle section of this first page of the study guide. We have some conversions, using fractions to convert, in this case, customary measurements, feet to inches. So I'm going to look at the first example. Alright, the first example says 1/4 of 4 feet equals how many inches? Alright, the big thing I want the students to do here is pay attention to the unit. Alright, I'm going from feet. I want my answer in inches. Alright, we know that there are 12 inches in a foot. So 1 foot would be 12 inches. 2 feet, 24 inches. 3 feet, 3 times 12 would be 36 inches. So I'm going back to multiplying fractions. 1/4 of 36 inches. Of means multiply. Alright, 36 inches. Want to make it a fraction, put it over 1. Alright, in this case I can multiply straight across and get 36 over 4, or I can cross cancel. 4 goes into 36 9 times, 4 goes into 4 1 time. Alright, so 1 times 9 is 9. Sorry. 1 times 1 is 1. 9 over 1. 9 divided by 1 would give you 9 inches as your answer. Alright, we're looking at the bottom, still the first page. Now we have some fraction expressions. So we're blending a few things in here. Number one, we're blending in our orders of operation. Alright, we have some parentheses, addition, multiplication. We're also blending in, adding, and subtracting fractions into multiplying fractions. So I'm going to start with the first example, 1/4 plus 1/2. Alright, in parentheses, multiplied by 20. Alright. 1/4 times 1/2, we know order of operations. You have to solve the parentheses first. Alright, and in order to add these fractions, they need to have the same denominator. So down here, I'm just going to work out 1/4 times 1/2. I need the least common denominator. In this case, the least common denominator is 4. Alright, I'm looking for a number that both 4 and 2 can go into evenly. 4 would be the smallest. A lot of students like to use the easiest common denominator, which you get just by multiplying 2 and 4 together, and that would give them 8, which 8 would work out fine because you're still going to get the same answer regardless if you use a common denominator. So 1/4 isn't going to change. Alright, I look at how did 2 turn to 4. 2 turn to 4, 2 times 2 is 4. So up top I have to do 1 times 2. So I'm left with 1/4 plus 2/4. When I add fractions, I just add the numerators, the denominators stay the same, and that would give me an answer of 3/4. Alright, so 3/4 will be my number, alright, for this answer here in the parentheses. So I'm going to use my quick eraser finger. Alright, I'm just going to plug in 3/4. There we go. Sorry about the shaky film. Now I'm back to multiplying. In order to multiply, I need a fraction. Alright, I can cross cancel. I'm looking for 1 and 3. They don't share any factors outside of 1, so I'm not going to cross cancel there. 4 can go into 20, so I'm going to divide both by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Now I can multiply straight across. 3 times 5 would give me 15. 1 times 1 gives me 1. And 15 divided by 1, because a fraction is the same thing as division, would give me 15. Alright, I want to cover this one real quick. Multiplying a mixed number by a whole number. In order to multiply a mixed number by a whole number, I want to turn my mixed number back into an improper fraction, which means my top number, my numerator, is larger than my denominator. Very simple to do this. My denominator is always going to stay the same regardless. So I just look over, I multiply, then I add. So 5 times 2 is 10. 10 plus my 1 up here is 11. Alright, your denominator stays the same. Sorry, my marker's fading a little bit. Alright, so I'll be left with, just trying to fix that for you. 11 over 5 times, of course I want to make 6 over 1. Alright, in this case there's nothing I could cross cancel. So I just multiply straight across. 11 times 6 is 66. 5 times 1, sorry I'm fading again, is 5. Alright, and when I'm ready to solve this, I just go to simple division. 66 divided by 5. 5 goes into 66 13 times. 13 times 5 is 65. So that would give me 66 minus 65, a remainder of 1 out of 5. If I want to turn an improper fraction to a mixed number, I just divide. The remainder becomes my numerator. My denominator stays the same. Alright. I could also solve this question, going back to the question 2 and 1/5 times 6, another way, by breaking up 2 and 1/5 to 2 and 1/5 and multiplying both those numbers by 6. So 2 times 6 here would give me 12. Alright, 12 plus 1/5 times 6. I want to make 1/5 times 6 over 1. When you multiply that straight across, I'm going to get rid of this parentheses here. 1 times 6 is 6. 5 times 1 is 5. 6/5, or 6 divided by 5, would give you 1 with a remainder of 1/5. Alright, and then go back, 1 and 1/5. Plus my 12 here would give me 13 and 1/5.